Hi, Cliff.
Hey Sharon, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Hey, thanks
Good,
for
good.
inviting me to this event. It's fun to
Oh, I'm so
participate with the
excited.
other ladies.
Yeah,
I
have you
just
been
caught the end of Julie. That was great.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, just to tell everybody, Sharon and I have known each other since fourth grade, and uh, we're great friends and done some business together. And I would love to highlight what she has to offer. And Sharon, please tell us what your story is about Bed Voyage, the best sheets in the world, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, just to start out, Cliff's whole family sleeps on my sheets and uses our towels. So he's a definite lover of the Bed Voyage bamboo. So in 2008, I came up with the idea for this. So how it started was I was building a house up in the mountains, and I didn't have a washer dryer, but I had a lot of company coming to stay on the weekend, dragging the linens home every weekend, laundering them so they're fresh for the people the next weekend. And it was just such a chore. I started thinking, wouldn't it be great if people brought their own sheets when they came to visit, and that they just strip the bed and take their sheets home with them? And right when I was thinking that, I had this just moment of, oh my gosh, I could create sheets that you can take with you to when you travel, because I actually really liked to travel a lot, but I like to sometimes stay in low-end motels on a fun beach in Fort Lauderdale, but the sheets were really poor quality. So I wanted something that I could even take with me when I was going somewhere. So I was driving across the I-90 floating bridge, and I literally came up with the name for the company and the tagline before I'd even come to the other side of the bridge, reach out to an attorney to start the process. So the reason that the company is called Bed Voyage is because we started with travel linens. And when I was looking for what kind of fabric did I want for these products, and you can see I've got a display bed right here. When I was looking for the fabrics, I wanted something, if I was going to travel with it, that was naturally resistant to bacteria. And I wanted a pillowcase that like zipped in the hotel pillow that had been used by hundreds of people. And I wanted to have like a fresh, clean bed, but I also wanted it to be a really luxury feeling fabric that was super soft and comforting. And so I came up with the name Bed Voyage, and I chose bamboo because bamboo has all those natural elements. It is the greatest fabric. It's naturally hypoallergenic. It's resistant to bacteria and odors. It's super soft against your skin, so incredibly comforting, especially if you're away from home and maybe you don't sleep well when you're traveling. But the thing about it was, when we launched it to the public, the way I created the set as a travel set was actually the flat sheet was like sewn at the foot of the bed to the fitted. So kind of like those old waterbed sheets, if you remember those. And so it was a patent pending design with the connected thing. We took it to trade shows. We took it to street fairs. We're showing everybody the products. They were selling like hotcakes. So day two of one of our street fairs, I said, I'm going to ask everybody, why are you buying these? Are you buying them because the bamboo feels so incredible? Are you buying them because of the connected design? Pretty much everybody was saying we're buying them because of the softness of the fabric. And then I thought, okay, I've created a niche this big for travel. I want a niche this big. Everybody uses sheets in their home. And so I immediately went straight to traditional linens, regular sheet sets, not connected. And then I went to a trade show in Vegas for travel goods, and I took those connected sheets, but I had a local seamstress sew one of my sets of sheets into duvet cover. So I had like a bed topper. Mm-hmm. Everybody comes by and they're like, oh, we want the duvet. I'm like, note to self, make duvets. So the next thing we launched with was duvets, and everything's grown from that. We make baby products because many of our customers said, hey, I love these products for myself, but I would love them for my baby, for my children. So that was kind of the impetus of getting Bed Voyage started.
Wow, that's a great story. And so how are your sheets part of a healthy lifestyle? I mean, what's really behind some of that? Because we've talked about it before, but I'd like people to hear that.
Yeah, good question. Most people don't realize that cotton sheets, if they say wrinkle resistant on the package, that means that the fabric has been coated with formaldehyde, which is that stuff that, you know, in high school when you were cutting the frogs out in science class, that's what makes things hard. So if formaldehyde is in the sheets to make them wrinkle resistant. When you sleep, your pores open and whatever's in your sheets is being absorbed into your body. So whether it's dryer sheets, fabric softener, formaldehyde in your cotton sheets, whatever it is, some people like to use all those perfumey things in the washer and dryer. I don't, because I know a little bit more about them now. They're just chemicals. But that formaldehyde can be absorbed into your system, and it's a toxic chemical. So that's one thing we do not do. We also don't coat our linens with the flame retardant chemical. It's called antimony trioxide. That is in a lot of children's sleepwear because they figure if a child is in a crib and a fire starts, they don't want their pajamas to be an accelerant, but we do not coat the linens with that because, again, that's a highly toxic chemical. So hypoallergenic means, a lot of people kind of misunderstand what that means. They think it means that it's like fragrance free. And what it really means is it's a non-irritant. So people who have sensitive skin, if you have eczema, psoriasis, you have any kind of acne, skin conditions, the hypoallergenicness of the fabric is so soothing against your skin. Basically, the super tight twill weave of the fibers make it so smooth. Like if you took a cotton thread and you put it under a microscope, it would look like a hemp rope. It would be all frayed. If you took a bamboo thread under a microscope, it's going to look like a hair on your head, very tubular, very smooth, very fine. So if you have a skin condition and you slip into bed at night, the last thing you want are your sheets to actually aggravate your skin. You want them to be comforting. They're also amazingly cooling. So there's one cool aspect about bamboo fibers that does make it good for hot sleepers and for cold sleepers though. So if two people sleep different, they can both be comfortable at the same time. It's called, we call it thermal adjusting or thermal regulating. I call it a smart fabric, but what it means is that the little micro gaps and holes that are in the fibers can sense if you're overheating, and they'll actually release your heat through those holes. But also it can sense if you're cold and that you need to keep your warmth in around you. So it's going to keep you warm. So let's say your husband sleeps cold, you sleep hot. You're going to be able to sleep comfortably instead of fighting over turning on the fan or opening a window or turning the heat up or having to sleep in layers of clothes. You're finally going to be sleeping comfortably together. So those are some of the best aspects. And also, bamboo has an inherent natural thing called bamboo zukun, and it means naturally pest repellent. It happens to be resistant to bacteria and odors, so your sheets are going to
ask you about.
Yeah, you probably noticed that because you sleep on them. But this is great for teens, right? Because I remember you showing me your teen, her college dorm room with the sheets buried under all the typical stuff that happens in a college dorm room.
Like a bomb went off in there.
Yeah, you're trying to get them to wash their sheets and their towels more often because you want them to be clean, but we know they're not going to really do it. So the cool thing about it is we've got the towel line as well. It's resistant to mildew and bacteria, so you can reuse your towel for days. Like I literally have to look at my towel and go, what day did I start using this? It was like 5 days ago. They don't smell. They come out of the washing machine and they don't smell. And I'm sure you've noticed that. You never get that mildew scent. Like we live in the Seattle area where it's humid and humidity can get mildew scent in your towels. And so that's a real problem with cotton towels, but not with bamboo.
So you've been in business in some sort since basically high school, starting businesses and running them. What kind of challenges have you had doing that?
Well, the first company I started was a real estate closing company, an escrow company. And I had been in that industry for, I think, 8, 9 years before I started my own company. I just knew that I could do it myself. I was running the other company, and I just knew it was time for me to kind of fly the nest there and make my own way. Because I was already running it, it really didn't seem like a challenge. I know it sounds crazy to maybe to some people who've never started a business, but it was kind of a natural. Now, starting this company was a completely different animal because it was something I've never done. I honestly didn't even know that there were bamboo sheets out there on the market. We were one of the very first companies ever. Turns out after I got everything going, there were 2 other companies, but they were mostly selling into commercial, like hotels and wholesaling. They weren't really selling to the public. So So I like that this is the wisdom of pioneering women, because I always say that I pioneered bamboo sheets, really created this market for them. Many other companies have popped up since, but I think the hardest thing was creating a product and finding a market for it, trying to figure out, who's going to carry my product. I knew that I didn't want it to be just my website selling it. I wanted to actually get it out there to more people. So I was reaching out to all the big retailers. I'm reaching out, and that's a struggle. It's taken 12 years now to get to the point where we have Macy's and Nordstrom and Target, and we did Costco roadshows for 10 years, traveled around the country. And I think, back to your question, one of the most important things was educating the public. They had no idea what bamboo was. Everybody knows what cotton sheets are. We've slept on them, since we were little. But bamboo was a really foreign thing to them. When people would hear these are bamboo, they immediately thought, oh, they must be scratchy and hard. They must not be very comforting. And then they would feel them. And so we literally set up a bed at all the Costco's that we worked at in the country. We had a wonderful team of salespeople that their job was to stand there and just bring people over, feel bamboo, touch bamboo, learn about its antimicrobial properties. You're going to sleep cooler, you're going to sleep more comfortably. So once we started kind of that education ball rolling, it was funny. I'd go to the dentist, I'm getting my teeth cleaned. They're like, oh, what do you do? I'd say, oh, I own a bamboo bedding company. Oh, that's cool. I got bamboo sheets. I'd say, where'd you get them? And they say Costco. And I say, they're mine. And that happened all the time. That's constantly. Everywhere I went, it was hilarious. People would say, I got my bamboo sheets at Costco. I'm like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I've run into the same thing. I'll talk to people. Oh, we bought a bed and it came with bamboo sheets. I said, well, what was the label? I said, oh, it was Bed Voyage. Okay, I know. Right. I know her. So exactly. Were there any big other challenges that came up during this process of starting your business?
Oh, really, it's about brand awareness. I started out with a couple different publicists that were trying to get me into magazines, get some attention. The one fun thing I did when I was first launching was we literally launched the company in Ireland at a travel writers convention in Dublin, and because they were travel sheets at that time. And that was fun because it was a whole group of travel writers, and what's his name? He was in Pretty in Pink and Weekend at Bernie's. What's his name? He's a travel writer for National Geographic. Anyway, he was there at my opening, and that was a very fun place, very fun way to launch the products. And so brand awareness for me is probably the biggest thing. The publicity is kind of difficult to get. You have to give a lot of free product away to try to get people to want to blog about it, talk about it, post about it, write about it. But I think we've gotten ourselves to the point where we're a fairly well-known brand in the industry, and of course our competitors know who we are and we know who they are.
Right, exactly. So I bet the audience is super curious. Well, what is a bamboo sheet? I mean, it's not just panda food anymore, right? So it's got to be something else. What is it?
Well, so they take the stalk of the bamboo and they pulverize it into like chips. And then they soak it in a solution that softens it. And then they spin it through a spinneret, and it spins out these very fine tubular threads, like I mentioned. And then they weave those together to create that incredible softness. We do not use any of the panda food. In fact, we've got a little tag on our products that says panda friendly, because our bamboo is all farmed. It's raised specifically. Another really good point about it, bamboo linens are one of the more eco-friendly linens to use. So people that are eco-conscious and want to try to use products that have kind of a lower carbon footprint, bamboo would be one, because one, it doesn't require any fertilizer or pesticide when it's growing, because it's got that thing I mentioned, that bamboo zukun. It's naturally pest repellent. They don't like it. They don't munch on it. Unlike cotton, cotton uses 2 pounds of toxic chemicals to make one man's t-shirt. Oh my goodness. So it's a lot of chemicals in the creation of cotton products. So again, that's another part of educating the public. The bamboo, I'll mention too, in reference to like eco-friendly, like these are some bamboo pillowcase set,
Mhm.
and we don't use plastic packaging. We used to. We moved away to fabric bags. So this is actually a linen closet storage bag, and our whole sheet sets, everything comes in this, the duvet covers. Um, One, you can make your whole bed with our products because we have the sheets, we have the blankets, we have the duvet cover, we've got the coverlet, we've got the shams, we've got the Euro. You can see a bed made up here. This is
Nice.
all of our product on this bed. We've got a number of colors. We've got two product lines. One is the 100% bamboo, and then the other one is called Eco Melange. And I've got a towel here, kind of hard to tell. I'll kind of put it up a little bit close. It's got a like a little texture look in it.
Mhm.
This is a waterless, it's a patented, very unique waterless coloring method. So they actually used bamboo threads that are black and then cotton threads that are white, and they weave them together and it creates this bit of texture. And in this line, we've got sheets, duvets, pillowcases, shams, decorative pillows, and the towel line, bath sheets. That's our line that has the bath sheet, and boy, did those sell out fast. We got our first shipment in, I think in
Yep.
September, and they were literally sold out by end of November.
Is that the first time you've done bath sheets?
Yes, and we're just about to add another color or two in those because they were a bigger hit than we thought they were going to be. So we had to
Mhm.
go a few months being sold out.
That's fabulous. I mean, isn't that amazing? And then, of course, you're dealing with some supply chain issues, I'm sure. Um,
Yeah, I am very thankful. We've been very fortunate. We have not had much trouble. Actually, the biggest trouble we had was landing at the port in
mm,
Seattle and getting our container released by the port. Other than that, we've been really, really fortunate. We have now diversified. So we are making some of our products in India and some of them in China. Just to mention, because people often ask where our products are made,
right.
a Chinese company is the one that patented the taking of a stalk and converting it into a fiber. So literally anybody in the world who is making bamboo products, they're buying their yarns, what they call the threads,
Uh-huh.
from China. But we found a great factory in India. We're also very particular. Our factories have to pass the SMETA certification, and that means that they pass the social responsibility audit every year.
Mhm.
So, and what that means is that there's no child labor. The people are working fair hours for a fair pay. I've
Mhm.
been there. They're the most lovely people. We love working with them. We've been with them for 10 years. They're great. But we also wanted to diversify a little bit because you never know, in the climate of what's going on, how things are going to change, and
Right.
it's to, be ahead of the curve. So we have moved over to India. We've got a wonderful new two patterns on. People ask for patterns for a long time, and we just hadn't been able to perfect it. We've got a great factory in India that can do that. So we've got two patterns coming out at the end of April. We've got our baby line, our cute little baby line. This is the hooded towel and the little baby washcloth. And then we've got the 6-pack of baby washcloths for babies. We've got the crib sheets. We've got the swaddles. We've got the baby blankets. So our new baby line is also, well, it's not new, it's been around for a year, but our new factory is making our baby line, and those will be in at the end of April as well.
So, what's your typical demographic? I mean, you've been at this for 10 years. What's your typical demographic for customers, and what do they have to say about Bed Voyage?
Oh, yeah. It's interesting because in general, I'm going to say that the window of like 35 to 65 is kind of our sweet spot of our customer base. But we have, as you know, with like your kids, loved our products too. We've been told so many times by people, oh, it's the weekend. We let our kids jump in bed with us. They're watching cartoons and we're just snuggling. And the kids are like, what am I sleeping on? These don't feel like my sheets.
Yeah.
Mom, I want some of these sheets. So we've got quite a bit of children that are addicted to our bamboo sheets too. And a lot of elderly people, because as you get older, your skin gets thinner, it gets more sensitive, and they really need something super comforting against their skin. So we sell, we call it babies to boomers. We've got the whole gamut. But interestingly too, I'd say about half of our customer base are men. Men love our towels. We've got the the regular, bamboo towels as well. Super absorbent. You can literally just lay these on your body and they're going to dry you off. They absorb the moisture so fast. And that too is one thing I want to mention about the sheets is they're moisture wicking. So people that do sleep hot, even though the micro gaps, release that heat, when you sleep hot and you perspire or you're menopausal and your sheets can get like literally wet and you wake up with you're flipping your pillow over constantly, you're trying to find a cool spot, a dry spot. Bamboo wicks the moisture away from your body 3 times faster than cotton, and it also evaporates it 3 times faster. So when you wake up, you don't have these icky wet sheets. They've already dried. And again, because bacteria doesn't grow on bamboo, your sheets are going to stay fresher, so you don't have to change them as often.
Yeah, isn't it amazing that you don't ever get that indicator that it's time to wash them. You just have to remember it by a calendar. Literally, you could go a week or 2 and you go, hey, have we washed the sheets? No, we
Exactly.
didn't wash them because they don't smell.
They don't. And that is just the coolest thing about them. And when you tell that to people, they're like, oh, that can't be true. Oh, yeah, just try them. Literally, just try them and you're going to see. I'm one of those people that every Sunday I change my bed. So I pretty much just wash the same set. Even though I own a linen company, I don't like, all the storage of a ton of different sheets. So I just put them right back on. But I launder once a week, but you literally could go 3 weeks. And we know the teens that are going like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
If they even wash them the entire
I know. One other kind of nice thing that we did I'll show you when we switched over from plastic to the fabric bag. So all of our sheet sets and duvets come in this big fabric bag, and it's a linen closet storage bag. So if you have a number of beds in your home, and you know how you get a linen closet full and you got all these sheets and you're like, where are the sheets that fit the full size bed? And I can't remember which ones they are. The bag says the size on it. And of course the bag is the color of the sheets. So very easy to organize in your linen closet, and it keeps them fresh while they're stored.
That's totally clever. That's a great feature because we're just like you. It's like you look at the linen closet and it looks like a bomb went off into it, and it's like, well, what do we have? And it's like,
yeah, you're digging through. Where's the fitted? Where's the flat? Where's the pillowcases that match this? Yeah, it's annoying. So you just shove everything in the one bag and stick it in the closet, and you're good to go. And I have a vacation home with guest beds, and I'll have an extra set of sheets already laundered in that fabric bag under the bed. And then my friends know that when they go to leave, they just strip the bed. They've got a fresh set of sheets under the bed. They put them on for me. And then I just have to launder the other set, put it back in that bag, slide it under the bed. It's a pretty cool trick to get your guests to change the bed for you.
Yeah, that's a perfect solution. I think we might use that myself. So what's up ahead for you and Bed Voyage in the next 5 years? What's your vision?
Oh gosh, we would love to get more, big accounts. We've got really some of the biggest ones that are out there. There's a few I have my eye on that I still want to land and get that going. But we were really starting to make a kind of a little niche in the hospitality industry. We had a cruise line that put our linens on all of their beds because they would strip the beds and then throw all the sheets in the hold while they were on their way to their next port. And they were losing a lot of linens to mildew because of them being in the hold, and they loved our sheets. As I mentioned, they don't have bacteria growing on them. We really wanted to break into the hospitality industry, but now, of course, with the COVID times, hospitality is not quite what it used to be. So really just continuing to grow, get more big accounts. We also work with a lot of small accounts. So it's not just the big ones. We really love our smaller accounts. We've got probably 50 smaller accounts, just kind of mom and pop online retail sites that we supply linens to them. So it's really all about sharing the love of bamboo and getting the word out there that bamboo is the incredible alternative to cotton.
Right.
And that's our goal, to
If
get
you're
people.
if you're a small business owner that might be in the like you had a Airbnb or a small hotel or a retail outlet, but say you had an Airbnb or your retail outlet, do you have any programs to help those kind of businesses maybe actually co-market with you? And what would that look like?
Yeah, we do offer wholesale pricing. So that's what we give to our accounts so that they can then resell our product and make some profit there. With hospitality, We have outfitted a lot of B&Bs and Airbnbs and just small boutique hotels, some eco resorts in Costa Rica, Hawaii, some places where we really would go towards the boutique side, because commercial laundering of bamboo is not necessarily the best. Commercial washing machines are hardwired to hit a certain hot temperature, and you don't need to do that with bamboo because you don't have to kill any bacteria. They'd have to rewire, in these big hotel chains, they're just not more adept at making a quick move to a different type of fabric. But what we do offer some of the smaller inns is they can put a little placard there where we give them a coupon code specific to their inn or their hotel. And then the customer that sleeps on the sheets can wake up in the morning going, oh, what in the world was I sleeping on? I want some of these. And then the hotel director or the B&B director can direct them to our site with that coupon code. And then the customer gets a discount and the hotel makes a little margin, which helps them with their room turn profits.
Right, exactly. So basically any hotel has to, like, they base their profit or their revenue on how much they can make within the amount of time somebody stays there. And if they get a little bit more just by buying some sheets, and that really helps them out.
Yeah, if they sold a set of sheets, a few times a week, they're almost doubling their turn on that room. So it's a really good venue for them.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Hey, we're entering in the question and answer period. Let's see. I got one from, do your sheets require special care?
Thanks for that question. We recommend laundering. They really don't take any special care, but we do recommend using a liquid, eco-friendly detergent. The really harsh ones, like the ones that say they get grass stains, out of the knees of your little boy, those are too harsh. That's going to break down the fabric too quickly. So we recommend a liquid, eco-friendly, and then wash on warm, dry on medium. Now, I have many times dried my sheets on high, and it doesn't hurt them in any way, shape, or form. We don't recommend dryer sheets, washer balls, anything that you throw in with, because those can grab the fabric and they just kind of break it down faster. So if you really want to add longevity and durability to your linens, just use that liquid detergent, wash and dry on medium.
Hey, I have a piece of feedback for you, if you would like.
Sure.
Yeah. Absolute warning, if you're going to wash a duvet cover, make sure you zip it shut.
Yes. I tell people that now. Thank you for mentioning that, because we started doing the zipper, years and years and years ago.
Right.
We have now moved to buttons. And this is because people were telling us, our care instructions say zip closed before laundering, because you want to kind of keep that integrity of the straight zipper. But we have moved to buttons. So our duvets that start coming in April from our factories will have ties in the corner. So they're going to hold that comforter in, and they're going to have buttons with an extra button sewn in. So if you lose one, you've got an extra.
Good. And that'll keep it from like wadding itself up. It literally took me an hour to undo it. So it was an adventure.
You didn't read the instructions. That's why.
Well, of course, I'm a guy. I don't read the instructions.
Right. Exactly.
Let's see. Are there any? Tell me about your offer then.
Okay, so our offer is a coupon code on our website. It's going to get you 20% off of everything, including our sale items. It runs from today to March 22. So we're giving it a month, because anybody who catches this video later, or they didn't watch it live and they run across it, or want to bookmark it for a week from now, they'll still get the discount. So that promo code is WOMEN, WOMEN 20. So women 20. In fact, right now, if you go to our website, bedvoyage.com, like bon voyage, but bedvoyage.com, you'll see a slider image up reminding you what that coupon code is. So feel free, people, to hop on over to our site and see what all our products are about.
Hey, we have a couple more minutes left. Is there anything I should have asked you, Sharon?
Oh, let's see. I've got some notes here. We do have our products carry the Okotex certification, made in green. That means that the fabrics are safe for babies. It's basically the highest certification that you can get. Our bamboo is grown organically. As I mentioned, you don't need pesticide and fertilizer when you're growing bamboo. So again, it's a really eco-friendly. My motto used to be go green in your bed. You know, people always thought about going green in your home with what you clean with, what you eat, the things that you use around your house, really trying to limit chemicals and so on. So, you know, we said, well, think about your bed, go green in your bed. Why not? That's where you sleep 8 hours, you know, you're in bed, breathing in everything that's in there, turning over, sleeping. You need to make your bed your sanctuary.
Right.
It's really got to be where your comfort is. People sometimes skimp on that. You know, it always makes me think people don't understand how important a good night's sleep is. And the older we get, the more important it is. You wake up in the morning from a bad night's sleep and you're just wrecked and you can't drink enough coffee. You just can't wait to go back to bed again that night and try to recover from it. So why not make your bed as comfortable as you can? And our sheets, just to tell people, if you don't go to our site, a queen sheet set at regular price is $164, a king is $179, and that's a pretty affordable price for a great quality set of sheets. A cotton, high thread count, you know, Italian cotton sheets, those can be $1,200 for a really good set of sheets. So to spend $179 for a king set and get a great quality sleep.
Excellent. Hey, Sharon, thank you so much for coming in and talking today. I look forward to talking to you again soon. And we're welcoming Caitlin Belts next. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.